A tsunami is a series of very large and extreme waves caused by disturbances in the water. Most tsunamis are caused by earthquakes, but volcanic eruptions, landslides, and coastal rockfall can also cause them to happen. Tsunami waves often occur close to the coast and can cause very deadly natural disasters. In this video, we share the most shocking tsunami waves, so keep watching till the end. Number 8. On March 11, 2012, a catastrophic tsunami caused by the Great Tohoku earthquake struck Iwaki City, Fukushima. The 9.0 magnitude earthquake was the biggest to ever hit Japan and the fourth largest in recorded history. It triggered a devastating tsunami that left behind immense destruction on both the land and sea, leaving thousands of people dead and many more homeless. The disaster also caused severe damage to nuclear power plants, resulting in a huge radiation leak that spread throughout the region and beyond. In the aftermath of the tsunami, Iwaki City was left in ruins. The devastation was widespread, with homes and businesses destroyed and much of the infrastructure badly damaged. Thousands of people were left homeless and without power or running water. Many roads were impassable and communication was cut off. Rescue and relief efforts were hampered by the destruction of key buildings and infrastructure. It took many months for life to return to normal in Iwaki City. Despite this tragedy, Japanese people showed their resilience and determination by coming together to rebuild their lives. Number 7. On September 28, 2018, a devastating tsunami struck the Indonesian city of Palu. It was triggered by an earthquake with a magnitude of 7.5, and it killed more than 4,000 people and injured thousands more. The earthquake and tsunami caused extensive destruction in the city, but even worse were the long-term psychological effects on survivors. The destruction caused by the tsunami is widespread and devastating. Thousands of people were killed, and many more were left homeless and without any possessions. The tsunami also caused extensive damage to infrastructure, including roads, bridges, and buildings. In the days and weeks after the tsunami, search and rescue teams worked tirelessly to try to find survivors. However, the scale of the disaster was so vast that it was difficult to reach all of the affected areas. Number 6. On August 26, 2012, the earthquake off the coast of El Salvador had a moment's magnitude of 7.3 and a depth of 16 kilometers at its center. There were no reports of deaths, but more than 40 people were injured when a tsunami caused by the earthquake hit them. The tsunami's waves were a lot bigger than you'd expect from an earthquake of this size. The unusual way the earthquake broke was said to be the cause of the big waves. The earthquake and tsunami didn't kill anyone, and they didn't do much damage either. This is because there weren't many people living in the affected area, and the earthquake was slow. Number 5. On February 6, 2013, an earthquake with a moment's magnitude of 8.0 and a maximum Mercalli intensity of 8 hit Tuamotu Province in the Solomon Islands. The earthquake center was near the Santa Cruz Islands in Tuamotu Province, near where the Indo-Australian and Pacific tectonic plates meet. It caused locals to leave their homes, caused an 11-meter-high tsunami, and killed at least 9 people. Both the earthquake and the tsunami were dangerous and caused damage to many buildings and at least 724 homes in Tuamotu. On the island, more than 100 homes were destroyed and 800 others were damaged. It was said that almost all the homes in the village of Nela were washed away, and some homes in the village of Vinga were moved by the water. People on Solomon Islands and other nearby islands moved to higher ground, which caused huge traffic jams in the capital, Honiara. Officials in Noumea told people on the eastern coast of New Caledonia and the nearby Loyalty Islands to leave their homes. The people of Fiji's capital, Suva, also moved to higher ground. Number 4. On the 11th of February, 2023, Sicily experienced its worst natural disaster in recorded history. Huge waves generated by a combination of storms, tidal movements, and regional seismic activity caused massive flooding and destruction across the island. The effects of these tsunami waves were catastrophic. Buildings collapsed, homes were destroyed, and communities left in ruins. The waves were caused by a massive earthquake that struck off the coast of Sicily. The earthquake was so powerful that it caused the ground to shake and the waves to crash onto the shore. The waves were devastating to the local community. Many homes and businesses were destroyed, and people were left homeless and without power. The waves also caused damage to infrastructure, including roads and bridges. There was also a significant impact on the environment, with trees and plants being uprooted and animals being displaced. The flooding in Sicily on February 11, 2023 was a devastating event that had an impact not only on the people of Sicily, but also around the world. Number 3. On the 30th of October 2020, the Aegean Sea experienced a catastrophic natural disaster that took many by surprise.
Baba gel geri gel baba. Beyler kaçın önden de kaçın.
A powerful earthquake of magnitude 7.0 shook the region and triggered a tsunami that wreaked havoc in coastal parts of Greece and Turkey. The sheer force of the waves left behind a trail of destruction, claiming lives and damaging homes, businesses, and other infrastructure. The areas most affected by the tsunami were Turkey, Greece, and Egypt. In Turkey, the towns of Sesme, Seferihisar, and Balkova were the hardest hit. In Greece, the island of Samos was the most affected, with the towns of Karlovasi and Pythagorio being heavily damaged. Lastly, in Egypt, the town of Alexandria was hit the hardest. The October Aegean Sea tsunami is thought to have killed around 100 people. The vast majority of those killed were in Turkey, where at least 92 people died. Number 2, with a magnitude of 7.5, the Palu earthquake was the most destructive to hit the country since 2004. This quake happened on Friday, September 28, 2018. It was caused by the movement of tectonic plates side to side, and the epicenter was 10 kilometers off the coast of the island of Sulawesi. Its closeness to heavily populated areas has caused a lot of damage to the island. More than 2,000 people have died, 70,000 people have been forced to move, and thousands are still missing. 5 minutes after the earthquake, the Indonesian Meteorology, Climatology, and Geophysics Agency sent out a tsunami warning. Officials had predicted waves up to 3 meters high, but in some places waves were as high as 6 meters and went as far as 1 kilometer inland, destroying everything in its path. As the water went back into the sea, the bodies could be seen. The Palu tsunami was not caused by a strong earthquake like most tsunamis. Instead, it was caused by the horizontal movement of tectonic plates. Number 1. Have you heard about the June 2017 Greenland tsunami? This event was caused by a massive iceberg that broke off from the Jakobshavn Glacier located in western Greenland. The resulting wave was one of the largest tsunamis ever recorded and resulted in extensive damage to coastal areas. In addition to the damage caused by the tsunami, the earthquake also caused a landslide that blocked a river and created a lake. The aftermath of the tsunami was devastating. Many people lost their homes and their livelihoods. Some estimates say that as many as 100,000 people were affected by the tsunami. In the days and weeks after the tsunami, many people were left homeless and without food or clean water. The June 2017 Greenland tsunami was a rare and unanticipated event that caused a great deal of destruction in its wake. Alright everyone, we've come to the end of our video. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to keep up with our latest videos. And we'll see you next time.